Hi, Sheridan Webb here from the Training Designers Club, which is the place to go for practical L&D support. And I've got another musing for you, another idea that occurred to me this time whilst I was on holiday. I've recently come back from a big 3-week family holiday. We've been saving up for it for years, for that opportunity when my daughter and my son both finished exams so we could go outside of the term time. We like busy holidays. We're not ones for lying on a beach. I mean, look at my skin tone. It's never going to work. However, in 3 weeks of busyness, we did decide that we wanted a couple of short, restful breaks. So, with great anticipation, after our first week of touring Singapore and Thailand, we checked into our beach hotel for literally 2 days of R&R. And we went at the wrong time of year, if we're honest. It threw it down. So yes, the hotel was beautiful, the setting was beautiful, but the weather sadly was not. Now, I could have been really disappointed about that. And yeah, I was a little bit. However, I reminded myself that the point of these 2 days was not to get a suntan, it wasn't to lie on a beach. The idea was to have a rest. And I can still rest perfectly well while it's chucking down with rain in a lovely hotel with, drinks on demand and a good book to read and no alarm clock to get up to. And what's the link to training design? It made me think very quickly of the fact that we can sometimes get a little bit caught up in methods. And that can lead us down the wrong path. It can end up leading us to create something that perhaps doesn't quite hit the mark. What we should always remember is what's the point? What is the purpose of this section of our training? What's the point of this exercise? And the point of the exercise should always be to bring about some valuable learning point, not just to be a fun exercise or to showcase a new fancy app or to be a little bit gimmicky. Because when push comes to shove, that's not what adds value. Also, if we get hung up on methods and we have to make a last minute change, it can be a little bit of a panic station moment, can't it? Especially if you've designed for another facilitator and they perhaps didn't understand what was going through your mind at the time. So when we're designing training, it's so important to keep in mind what's the point. What's the point of the whole session, but what's the point of every single piece that you are putting in there? What's the point of us discussing this method? What's the point of us running this exercise? Because if the point doesn't relate directly to what the training's trying to achieve, firstly, why are we including it in the first place? People are busy. They aren't there just to have a good time and for us to showcase our latest interest. But also, if that point is really, really clear, we can build in alternatives. And that's something that I always recommend to training designers. For your key activities, always build in an alternative way of bringing out the key learning points, because you don't know what's going to happen on the day. Maybe your exercise requires at least 6 people and only 5 turn up. Maybe your exercise is designed for face-to-face delivery and the organisation decides that they want to run it virtually. Maybe you don't have the space you need or the facilities you need. So it's so important to always have at least one alternative for all your key exercises that will get across the exact same point. There's more than one way to relax on a holiday, and there's more than one way to get your point across in training. And for more practical advice, not just from me, but from a whole virtual L&D team from Britain, Canada, the US and the United Arab Emirates, do come and be a VIP member of the Training Designers Club. We share our expertise, we share our knowledge, and we share our resources on a daily basis. So check out the website for more, and I hope to see you there.